Hello everyone. Ashley here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we're going to be doing a little walkthrough of the Peculiar Pathways Tarot. You guys, I am so excited and so incredibly grateful because Lennox Rees, the creator of this beautiful deck, did a giveaway recently over on Instagram because she reached 5,000 followers over there, which is absolutely amazing. And she decided to be generous and do a little giveaway. And I won one of the giveaways, and I got to choose which deck of hers I wanted. I already have Folkloric Forest, which I also absolutely love. So I decided to choose Peculiar Pathways. And so we're just going to take a little bit of a look at that today. She was so kind. She sent all these like little extras that are so adorable. Here's her little business card, and there's her website, which is so cute. And she sent this print. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite hermit cards. I'm not even kidding. It's so beautiful. And I love this mix of color and black and white that she has going on in these collages. This is a collage deck. It came out last year, 2024. I do believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw 2024. So this came out last year. A lot of you may have already seen this deck, but I just wanted to go ahead and do another walkthrough because I remember her mentioning that she is low on stock. So if this is a deck that's been on your list for a while, you may want to check out her website and see if I'll leave a link down below. If it's still available now, I will leave a link to her website down below. But I do remember her saying that she is getting low on stock. So just keep that in mind. She also sent a lovely bookmark here, which is so cute. I love it. It's just so beautiful. And she also sent these. So I kind of already switched out some of them because I did see she just made a couple of corrections, I believe. But these are little extra cards. Because this one, I did notice this one in particular with the Magician. There's like a little bit of yellowing on the table. This was from this card was in the deck, and the replacement's already in there. So I had already switched it out. But yeah, they're just like little tiny things like that, which honestly doesn't bother me at all. But I just really appreciate the fact that she did send those, so we could switch them out if we wanted to. And then she sent these, this is a little card here, which is so pretty. And then these beautiful stickers. I love this whole collage. So we gotta dive into this. Oh, and the guidebook. The guidebook's incredible. So let me just get these back in here. Maybe. There we go. Okay. And you will be seeing this little print in the future because I do plan on getting a frame for it and hanging it on my wall here in my space. So that's going to be happening because I just absolutely love that. Okay, first, let's take a quick peek at the guidebook. I already read the introduction and her creative process, and I love it. I love how it all came to be, how it was all meant to be, how she decided to go ahead and create digitally with her collages. It's amazing. And what's even better, look, I pulled up the Hermit. What I love about this guidebook, what I noticed, which I can't wait to dive into this more as I continue to work with the deck, but I love that she gives you keywords at the top, and then she kind of gives you this little, it's not a story, but it's like a little vision. She really kind of puts you in the story of the card that she built. And I love that. And then she gives you her interpretation, her meaning. And then what I really love here is that she even put numbers here, but she wrote down key elements in the card and why she put those elements in there. And then of course associated with the Rider-Waite-Smith card. So this guidebook is amazing from what I've read of it so far and with me flipping through it. So I'm really excited to dive into this even more. It's just so beautiful. And I will say, I do know that the background images or the background paintings are old paintings. They're antique old paintings, which I just absolutely love. And then of course the black and white on top is I really love the contrast. So let's go ahead and dive into the deck. I love the box too, by the way. Her decks are just incredible. She really, when a creator puts their heart and soul into their creations, and every choice that she's made is just, it's amazing. I love the quality. The card stock is amazing. It's Lennon cardstock, I believe. Yeah, it's Lennon with that matte UV coating on it, so it protects it against scratches and all that kind of stuff. It's one of my favorite cardstocks. But this backing too is gorgeous, and I love the edging. It's like the sage green color. So just like I said, every choice that she made is just beautiful. All right, let's look at the cards here. When we have the Fool with the dog jumping, the basket, and I love this. I love the flowers with the little ladybug. And again, she talks about that in the guidebook too, because I did read the description of this one and I love it. And the way she wrote the little story or the little vision, so you can kind of step into the card, was that you are stepping upon this scene. You kind of push aside some leaves, and then you see this dog who decides to just take this leap, and all these white roses are, falling around him and stuff. And it's really, really cool. I love decks like this because it really helps you put yourself into the imagery. I've grown to really like decks that don't have so much people in them, or so many people. I used to not be a deck that had a bunch of animals in it, or a deck person that had so many animals in them, but now I'm really starting to love them. And I love this magician here too. I love the snake. But see how your eye just goes right to this black and white because it's so contrasting with all the color. And then I love that it's framed with the flowers. But yeah, I wasn't like, I love this. I love the absence of people because I feel like I can place myself in the cards a lot easier. I love that High Priestess. Here's the Empress. See, it's like you could just walk through there and just like take a seat at that chair. It's stunning. This is really, really stunning. And the images are so crisp and clear. It's just so vivid. That's beautiful. I love the Emperor. And you have these crystals down here too. Still have the Ankh represented. The Hierophant. And I love that it's kind of simple too. Like it's gorgeous, and but it's also a simple collage. It's not so like chaotic and crazy like some collage decks are. I love those decks as well, but I also like it when I can just come to a collage deck and just have a quick, simple, easy reading that's going to get straight to the point instead of like hunting around trying to figure out like what's standing out to me. So I really love that this is just like right to the point. We get the key symbolism, and there you go. I love this Lover's card too. That's so beautiful. I love the snake energy in this. Could just be the fact that it's the year of the snake, but I love that. I love the unicorns here as well. That's beautiful. The strength card with the little mouse on the lion's back is amazing. That's the other thing I noticed with this deck is that the choices also made help me to sit and think about it a little bit more. Here again is that Hermit card, which is just stunning. I love this card. But it just makes me kind of like pause and think because there's still different. It's just a little like it follows the Rider-Waite-Smith system, but there's still just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just different. It's different and unique. And I think that's what I really love about it. Here's Justice. And I love this too for Justice because you have the eye up here on top of the balance beams or the scales. And so I love that because justice to me is karma. It's being accountable for your actions and what we think, what we do, because whatever we put out is we're going to get back to us. And so I love that the eye is here, and it's like, I'm watching you. Like, you're going to be held accountable for that. So, that's awesome. Here's the Hanged Man. And I love that each card seems to have like a flower. I mean, the color associations are in here, but then you also have like certain animals popping up as well. I love this death card. There's so many cards in this deck, honestly, that I just love. Like the Hermit, the death card. I love it too. We're going to come up on another one that's just perfect. But this is beautiful too. Here's the devil. Okay, yes, this is another one that I love because you have the devil here, this goat with like these wings. And oh, I love these roosters down here too. But he's got his chains here, but he's broken away already. And I love that. So it's that reminder of we can break ourselves free. I love that so much. This one here, okay, it's funny because it's the Tower card, but this is one of my favorite cards in this deck because this house right here reminds me of one of my favorite shows growing up, which is the Charmed show. This to me looks like their house. And like every time I see it, I automatically think Charmed. So that's interesting for the Tower card there. Here's the star. I know this is the ibis bird. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but I didn't realize that that the ibis was actually in the Rider-Waite deck. I never really paid attention to that. But in her guidebook, she shows that it's like clear up here, kind of like on a cliff or something by a tree. I literally never paid attention to that before. So I really love that that was pointed out to me. But yeah, I really like that association with the star there. And then here we have the moon. I really love this. Again, it's just straight and to the point. I love that the symbolism is like, is like simple because you just have like the 2 or 3 key things from the cards. I love the sunflowers here too. That's just stunning. It's a very smart deck. I feel like it's very smart, truthful, straight up in front and honest with you. And I haven't even worked with it a whole heck of a lot yet, but I can already tell that it's going to be honest. I really love this right here too. With like the open caskets, like they've already been called out. There's the world. And then here we go with the suits. We're going to begin with the wands here. So there's the ace, the 2. I did remember seeing in her guidebook that she talked about for the suits, like you get the key symbol. Like she didn't follow the Rider-Waite-Smith symbolism for like the 2s through the 10s. Like as far as having the actual wand or like, you know, that symbol in each of those, but she did keep it in the wands and the court cards, I believe. And the rest of these don't have that, but I still see a key symbol in each. So like in the 2 of wands, you typically have the guy standing up on a hill or the person standing up on the hill and they have like the globe in their hand with the 2 wands beside them. And it's like they're just figuring out all the possibilities. And so I get that with this here. And I love that there's like this little chameleon up here. It's cute. 3 of wands here, you still have the ship, right? So like you figured out your ideas, you've got your plans together now. So then now you're going to send out all your manifestations or your ideas out. You've planted the seed and then kind of giving it over to the universe. And I love these raccoons too. It's just, oh my goodness. Okay, the 4 of wands here is about celebration. And I love this because we have this like pavilion area here. Yes, I love that. That's so pretty. 5 of wands here, we have the lighter and you have like this thing right here behind it with like, is it like a lizard? And he's like squawking at it. I love this too. That's perfect. For like, it's a challenge, competition. 6 of wands, I totally get the sense of victory here with the trophy and the laurel wreath on the horse. I love that there's like this crawfish coming out of the cup. 7 of wands, defensive. Squirrel's up here kind of defending himself away from the dog with his bone. Eight of Wands, movement. I love the dragon in here. See, I like that there's like fantasy elements in this deck as well. You'll see some dragons and all sorts of different things. So it really is a peculiar pathway. You don't know what you're going to come across. And I like that. Here's the Nine of Wands. This is another favorite card. I love the wolf. I love the vulture. It's tenacity. It's like you're kind of worn out. You've been through a lot, but you're still going to push forward. And I love that. And I did read in her guidebook. I wasn't sure what the triangle represented, but it's a symbol and it's meant to represent a ringing, like, kind of like the dinner bell thing, like back in the day, but it represents like a cleansing kind of and like getting rid of negativity. And I thought that was really neat too. Here's the 10 of Wands. I love this. I love that it's got like, these big claws coming down, like carrying this really heavy bag. So you really get that feel for like overwhelmed, burdened. Here's the page. So now, so see, we have the wand here. So in the court cards, you do have that. Here's the knight. You still get the salamanders, and you still have a lot of the reds and oranges and all of that. So you get a feel for that fiery energy. Queen of Wands. Okay, Lennox does an amazing thing with her Queen of Wands. I noticed it in her Folkloric Forest tarot that it's also a cat. I love the cat energy for the Queen of Wands because if like I'm a cat owner and my cat will just do whatever she wants. Like they're not going to do what you ask them to. They're not going to come to you like a dog will or anything. Like you have to work for their attention and they're still going to do whatever they want. And that's totally the Queen of Wands energy for me. I'm going to do what I want when I want, whether you like it or not. Here's the King of Wands. And here we have the Ace of Cups. And the 2. Okay, I really like this too for the 2 of Cups because it's about a connection. And it could be a deep soul connection, but it doesn't have to be romantic. And like here, and she did a really great job representing that because here you have like the hare and the tortoise. And I love that. So like it could represent friendships. It just gives you another way in, another perspective. And that's another great thing about this deck is that it really gives you something else to think about. I love this 3 of Cups too. That's so cute. Here's the 4. 5. I love that too. 6. See, like here we definitely have that nostalgia phase. Or this one really reminds me of the Rider-Waite-Smith card too, because they're the 2 people are like standing in the middle of a town, and the one's holding like a bundle of flowers, giving it to the younger, maybe sibling or so. But I get that from this too, and I love this turtle down here. That's cute. It's kind of like a reminder to pause, like that, because turtles move so slowly. So it's kind of like pause, and reflect. So I like that added in there. Here's the 7 of Cups, which I love this because you do have the clouds in the background. I always picture this card as like having your head in the clouds because you're in this fantasy phase or like you're just thinking about all these different possibilities or dreams or goals. And it's represented here not with the cups, but I love that there's this like treasure chest here and it's filled with all the ideas kind of coming out of it. There's 8 of Cups, choosing a different path, which is as funny because it's like the frog came upon this like open door or window, but then there's this scorpion hanging here and he's like pausing like, do I want to do this or not? Should I go a different way? That's really cool. Here's the 9 of Cups, indulgence, luxury, contentment, all those good things. And I love that it's represented here with this beautiful chandelier. Here's the 10 of Cups. I like this too. You have the wedding rings down here that are tied together with this string, and you have this key. So it's like, the family's legacy, the inheritance, like you won the key to it all. That's really cool too. And I love the rainbow here. but it's just like happiness too. Like it's happiness within the family, all sorts of good things. Here's the page. I love that they all have the hat still too. That's cool. And then the knights have the helmets above them. And I love that this is a Pegasus. You have the fish. There's still quite a bit to look at here, and it's really neat, but it's done in such a beautiful way that it's not overwhelming. I love this queen. And here's the king. And look, the ship's coming back from the 3 of Wands. If you wanted to connect those two, I think that's cool. Ace of Swords. Here's 2 of Swords. This one's interesting and one I'm going to have to think about because it's indecision. 2 of Swords is like, you have 2 different pathways or 2 different options or goals or something going on, and you're not sure which way to go. And so it's interesting here with this bottle and key. And then of course you have like the representation of the blindfold. So it's like, kind of like, I guess, do you want to open it up and actually take this key and finally choose or not? That's interesting. Here we have the 3 of Swords. I really love this too. Again, this is very smart. You have all this stormy weather kind of going on back here, but in the mirror, you have this like beautiful cloudy day going on. And I like that this mirror has these 2 like incense burners attached to it. That's really neat. It's kind of like a need to cleanse the self. That's a good one too. Here's the 4 of Swords. Also beautiful. I could say that about all these cards. This deck is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. I love all the animals. Oh my goodness. It gives me such a good feeling. This might be another comfort deck. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll have to give you guys an update, but I'm really liking it. Here's 6 of Swords, which is like that transition / escape. And I totally get that here with the boat. And I love this like inchworm on top of this. Oh, is it a pelican? Like a pelican's head? I love that. And then he's got his compass. That's really cool. Oh, you know what? That just popped in my head. It's like with a little inchworm, it's like at an inch at a time, like even if it takes you a little while, you need to slowly transition. Like it's kind of gives you that sense of like there's no need to rush necessarily, but there's still a need for something to change. So that's neat. Here's 7 of Swords. Again, you have this eye here. Just quite interesting. I love that. Here's 8 of Swords, which is like overwhelmed. And I love that because you still are like bound here with like this ribbon, but it looks like a butterfly or a moth cocoon here. So it's like, it's still your choice. Like you're the one that are in control of your thoughts and things. And so it's like, are you going to still choose to be kind of in this stuck place, in this overwhelming place? Or are you going to finally set yourself free from that? So I really like that too. 9 of Swords, you still have the bed here. I love that. Again, this is like more of the anxiety or can't sleep because you're so worried about something, but that's really beautiful. I love the clock here too. I love this image too. This is so beautiful. And it kind of comes back to the Hermit because you have the candle here, which is interesting because in the Hermit, the candle's not lit. And this one it is. So it's almost like you have done the work and did some reflection. And now you're able to let go of those things that you reflected on or that you had to go within and figure out like, hey, I need to let these feelings or this belief, whatever, go. And then you have your butterfly wings. So that's really cool. That's one of my favorites. Here's the page. I love this too because it's very earthy. I just love that because it's earth of air. So that's really cool. And then having that sword up there like that. Knight of Swords. And I did look this one up too, because as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, is that smoky quartz? Smoky quartz is one of my favorite crystals. And it is. This is smoky quartz, and it is just that grounded feeling. for the night here. So I thought that was a really cool touch that she added. I love this too. And I love these moons. She's added these little moons to quite a few of these. And I love this butterfly with that sword there too for the queen. It's so pretty. And then you have the falcon for the king. Okay, ace of coins. I love this too because you have like this new seed, this new sprout here. So again, you have all this potential, possibilities, opportunities. Two of coins, balance. I totally get the balance in that. You have like all these rocky waves going on here, which is does tie into the Rider-Waite-Smith symbolism. And then you have the barrel balancing on this wheel down here. I love that. Three of coins, collaboration, working together on something. Four of coins. Okay, this is also really smart. I really liked this. I sat with this image and was like, oh, that's awesome. Because the four of coins is about holding on to something too closely, right? Kind of like greedy. Like we're just so focused on like our material things. And this right here just totally reminds me of that. Because it's like we're so focused in on what's right in front of us or what we have in our grasp, rather than paying attention to what's really important and what's really going on all around us. So that was really smart. Here's a five of coins. I love this because I automatically get that cold Christmassy kind of feeling. Like it's, these right here just remind me of Christmas time, like Christmas colors. And then she does have all this white going around to represent that snowy scene in the Rider-Waite-Smith version of this card. But this is that hardship card. And it's this bell with this beetle on it. That's really cool. Here's six of coins. So generosity. And having equal balance, right? Having equal balance of give and take. You don't want to give so much that you burn yourself out, but you also don't want to be stingy, like there has to be a balance between a give and take. And I love that there's like this little weasel. It's cute. Seven of coins, evaluation or reevaluate. Eight of coins, hard at work, mastery of skill. This was also brilliant because you have the beavers down here and you have like this wooden chair. So it's like, I can just picture them like whittling away and working away on this chair. And they're really skilled builders, aren't they? They can build these massive dams and bridges, and it's really neat. So I really like that. Here's the 9. I really like that too. I like the falcon energy in this deck as well. And then I love that it's like resting on this snail. And then we have the 10 of coins. I love this too because it's like you have like this whole big house back here, and then you've got it's like just that family vibe. That one is the family legacy. I think I might have gotten that other one mixed up, but with the cups. But anyway, I like that too. Here's the page of coins. Again with the hats. I love that she included the little hats on here. That's so cool. The knight of coins. Queen of coins. I love the rabbit ear. She's holding a rose. And then the king. Oh, this deck is so stunning. Oh my goodness. Lennox does a fantastic and wonderful job creating these decks. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shuffle. And this deck shuffles beautifully. Like I said, I love this card stock. Her Folkloric Forest deck is the same, I believe. And I just love it. Just pull a card real quick. I just feel like pulling a card and seeing what I get. Ooh, 10 of Wands. Ooh, overwhelmed, overburdened. That's interesting. Oh, cool. It's it's kind of like sometimes you can just like, for me, like this is kind of like a me reading, but like sometimes I can feel like just overwhelmed by like thinking of all the things I want to do or accomplish and yada yada. But then this is like saying, hey, you need to pause and reflect. Like to me, the Four of Wands is like, I mean, it is celebration, but it's also a milestone. Like pause, reflect on how far you've come. You don't need to rush. Like I don't need to rush. I can take a breather. And then the Nine of Cups here, being content with how far I've come so far. So I need to like release some burdens or not put so much pressure on myself and just kind of take it easy. So I really love that. Anyways, thank you again so much to Lennox for hosting that giveaway so generously. And I'm so incredibly grateful now to have this deck in my collection and to be able to really work with it. So again, thank you. And I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have such a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye.